with PWS as well. We touched briefly on time frame. And it makes me think when I hear the question, how long does this take or what does this look like for a physician? So at PWS, we're looking at increasing net worth by $50,000 in 90 days or less through these different mechanisms. So if we look at in those first 90 days, right out of the gate, we're taking a snapshot instantly, working with K2, looking at the big picture, looking at, hey, is there ways we can instantly plug holes or take up opportunities? But for PWS, I know in that first 90 days, we're going to be looking at acquiring a single family residential. And with that, we have what we call air equity. So we're forcing equity into a property. And then we're going to have this return payout. Obviously, we're looking at a return over a year. But in that first year, we can see massive return for our investments. What's the time frame look like for a typical client to realize that $30K minimum benefit on the tax savings side for you guys at K2?
The beautiful thing about this one, guys, is that we tell people often within 14 days
or less,
you could be well on your way legally, ethically, morally, saving 50, 100, 200,000 of taxes like that. And the reason why is it's because it's just a different look of how we're going to position ourselves. So instead of being reactive, we're being proactive. When we're proactive, we can foresee basically what the tax liability is going to be. And all of these strategies, tick, 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 we start qualifying for all of these other strategies and the income deductions that we previously didn't get. And now we know really quickly how much tax savings there are. Now, let's just imagine that it is $60,000 in taxes. We know that we're confident by doing XYZ proactively with a specific plan in mind that tax savings is going to be $60,000. Well, just imagine that's $5,000 per month that we're not having to set aside for the IRS bill come
hit those quarterlies.
Hit
those quarterlies.
15th, right? Yeah. That instantly frees up cash immediately without taking any risk whatsoever, as long as we're doing that via a sound tax plan and following the tax code to the letter. We shouldn't be afraid of the tax code. Now, taxes are the enemy, but the tax code is our friend. It will help us and it's immediate. That's the bottom line. It's immediate. You can immediately fill the benefits right away. That's what's so beautiful about it.
Yep.
I want to jump on this one just a little bit because Dan, I'm so glad you said it so eloquently, but I want to add to it with a story. So instant value, absolutely. In fact, I would say once a client has chosen to engage with us and they said, okay, we want to hit the ground running, what does it take to get started? Once they've done that, by your first meeting, if you've completed the first assignment we've given you, we can give you down to the dollar our first stage of findings already. Down to the dollar what the first stage of findings in the first call once you've decided to move forward. So an example of that is we had a gentleman named Wayne. He's given me permission to use a little bit of his story. So I'm going to share that with you guys. He loved his tax guy. Friend he has a drink with every now and then. They've been friends for years. He's been in business for 35 years. You can imagine he's seen and done and been a part of all of it. And he's just like, I want to do the value creating thing that you guys do. I want to increase my value of my business. I don't know if there's much with taxes. And I had to tell him, I said, listen, Wayne, I can't in good conscience not look at your taxes. Our team is known for a comprehensive approach. We got to look at your taxes, but know this, we're going to protect your CPA and all the hard work you guys did by not insulting their work or you in the last several years you guys have been working together. What we're going to do instead is this, just allow us the opportunity to give a second look at your taxes. And in doing so, we will arm you and your CPA with the information needed for you to be able to capitalize on maybe some missed opportunities. And if there's nothing there, then go out and take him out for a drink because you owe him another drink because he's been doing a really good job. So we let him with that first call, first conversation. Once he decided to work with us, we found $260,000. $260,000.